You're not losing your mind. Holiday cards in January. Hello everyone. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face, my card making space. And yes, holiday cards. I started doing this last year after a plethora of requests, and I'm going to continue it. So, on or around, gotta give myself that caveat, the 25th of each month, I'm going to upload a holiday card video. Sometimes maybe even more than just on or around the 25th. We'll just see. I did it last year. It felt great. I was able to kind of use more products that I hadn't had a chance to, build up my stash before we really get into holiday card making, all the things. So as time goes on, I will create a playlist and will continually link to it in the end screen at the end of the video, and we'll just see what happens. So yeah, I made a couple holiday cards. I used a embossing folder and stencil set that I had sitting out to use for last year's holiday card series and never got a chance to. So used a bunch of oldies but goodies. As always, everything I used will be listed and linked in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I do get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps pay the bills, keeps the lights on, keeps my heaters running, enables me to keep bringing out content. And yeah, let's get into making the cards. So I'm using the Christmas Tangle 3D embossing folder from Simon Says Stamp, and this came out a couple of years ago, I think. Honestly, I don't remember. But there's the 3D embossing folder, and then there is a coordinating stencil set. And I'd had the embossing folder for the longest time, but I didn't have the stencils. And so I ordered them and then never got a chance to use them. So now I am. So I embossed a couple panels of white cardstock with the embossing folder. And if I'd had the time, I actually would have done a bunch of these. I'm going to come back to this and use it again because I was like, ooh, I want to do different colors, all the things. Anyway. I embossed the white cardstock and I stuck it to a big grip mat. And then for the stencils, it's a set of 3. One does the bulbs, one does the base of the bulbs, and then one stencil does the glow. So for the bulbs, I am using a variety of Pawsitively saturated inks. I will have them all listed with all the colors. But for the bulbs, I used CITRINE, so just a really bright yellow. Cranberry for my red, and then MANDARIN for my orange. And I'm working with just the little small round blending brushes because I am not going to mask off nothing. I don't have the time or patience for that. And for the green, I used Field, and then blue was Royal. And I sort of followed the packaging because there's a color example in the back. And then after doing the first one, it's just fast because the color's on the stencil and I just copied it. So this is where I could do one after another after another. I would just keep, cranking them out if I wanted to do a whole bunch. So after I did the bulbs, I used lighter shades for the glow, because I didn't want it overtaken. And rather than just try and use a lighter hand with my brushes, I just went with literally lighter shades of ink. So for the red, for Cranberry, I used Rhubarb. For CITRINE, I used Lemonade. For MANDARIN, I used Peachy. For Field, I used Sprout. And for Royal, I used Marine. And you can't see it, but off screen, I had just a microfiber cloth because I just have this one set of brushes. And I just rubbed the brushes off on the cloth between the darker and lighter shades of the inks. And then I was good to go. And I don't know what it is, but I love this stencil that adds the little glow. I just think it's adorable. So I did that. And then for the base of the bulbs, I used silver pigment ink, specifically the Lisa Horton Silver Shine Cloud 9 ink, which I don't even think I've used before. I've talked about this. I don't use silver very often. It's just not what I reach for. I always go for gold. I prefer gold. But silver has its place and it comes in handy and it is pretty. So I just used a little mini, a little tiny blending foam, because with pigment inks I prefer using a foam applicator versus using a brush, because I just think you get better better application of the ink when you're pushing it down with a foam applicator versus like smearing it around with a brush, if that makes sense. So I added that. And this looks cute just as is. Like, honestly, the color on white, super fun. Like I said, I'm vibing with this, and you could have so much fun with the colors. But I had it in my head, and I had to do it. I wanted to make this look like a standard traditional string of lights, the green cord and everything. So I took just a green Copic marker, any marker is going to work really, and I'm just tracing over the embossing. Just simple. And it's not perfect, and I don't care. I don't care. I took my time with it. This was also sped up a bit, but I just took my time with it and just traced along. And again, you could kind of have fun with this. I originally was going to use like a silver metallic marker. That would look really fun too, but the traditional me won out, which I don't do very often with holiday cards anymore. I like the non-traditional colors, but sometimes you just got to go back to the classics. And for me, especially when it comes to Christmas lights, I really do love. There's something about those, like the OG, incandescent bulbs, all the things. Anyway, after I was done tracing everything, I decided to bring in more green because in my mind, this is like very messily strung over a Christmas tree, whatever. I took a couple more shades of green ink. Specifically, I started with cabbage and then I'll go in with kale. And I'm using my big fluffy Pink Fresh blending brushes for this because I want it really light. I don't want to go in with, solid intense color. I don't want to cover up all that blending I did with the stencils. So I went in with the cabbage, my lighter shade, and like brought that around like the perimeter. And then I intensified it a bit with kale, which is a fair bit darker. And I'm using a light hand, not only the brush, but also just a light hand to just bring in that green. And yeah, again, I don't know what it is. I love Christmas lights. I love them. I still have like a little mini set of lights like stuck on our banister that has just been staying there. We haven't taken down our Christmas tree either because we'll get to it, usually in February. I don't have time. Anyway, and it makes me happy. Anyway, back to the card. So after my bit of ink blending, I just used a white gel pen and added little highlights to the bulbs just to make them pop a little bit more. I did think also of using the glow stencil. After ink blending, I was like, oh, that would look really cute with like distress, like twinkle paste, because that paste dries clear and has that little bit of glitter in it. I was like, that would have looked really, really cute. It was an afterthought after I'd finished everything. So, like I said, I kind of want to revisit this and play with it even more and make more things because it's super cute. But I added a little highlight. And then, of course, I'm going to add splatter because why would I not? So I started with Pawsitively Perfect splatter in silver to go with the little bases. Like I said, we're doing some silver this time. And this 1000% needs to be stirred up. This product is pure liquid and all of that pigment settles to the bottom, all that pretty silver shimmer. So I stirred it up really well. And then I just used my fan brush and added a good amount of splatter to these backgrounds. And then I did the same thing with the Pawsitively Perfect white splatter, which also needs to be stirred up. All that pigment settles to the bottom of the jar. So I stir it up really well with my little spatula. And then I cleaned my little fan brush off and dipped that in there and added a good amount of white splatter to these backgrounds as well. And while everything was drying, I die cut my sentiments, which another oldie but goodie favorite, the CZ Design Merry and Bright wafer die set. I used just the words. There's there's snowflakes and little stars. There's an outline. Didn't use any of that. I used just the words and I die cut them from white cardstock. And then I'm going to adhere 2 layers of the white cardstock together to give it some dimension. And then the top layers I die cut from Simon's Matte Silver cardstock, bringing in that silver. So gluing those all together with liquid glue to give them dimension. And once I've got that done, by this point, the splatter, of course, is completely dried. So I had adhered those together, and then I also pulled out the Big Holiday Words set, which I've used many, many, many times. Still a favorite. I'd pulled that out, and I just stamped one of the little sub-sentiments from that set onto a scrap of white cardstock. And I'm going to stamp that with the Field Positively Saturating, so just the green ink. I'm going to stamp that a couple times. I ended up stamping it the third time because the second time I wasn't happy with it. And after I stamped it, I used there's a coordinating die set for this set. Like, it's a huge die set, but there's these little narrow ovals, but any little sentiment label type, die would work. But use the coordinating wafer die to die cut those sentiments. And I decided to trim down my embossed backgrounds just to about 5 by 3 3/4, just slightly smaller than what will be my A2 card base. Because I was originally going to do just white card bases, but instead I trimmed down the backgrounds. And so then I also trimmed down just panels of just plain white cardstock to the same size. And those I stamped more sentiments from the big holiday word set. So I stamped the Joyful Greetings with the Field ink. And then I added a little sub-sentiment to that. And that I'm going to stamp with the Rhubarb ink, just to give it that little extra something. So it says Sending Love and Joyful Greetings. And then my card bases are Lawn Fawn Noble Fir cardstock, because I was diving through my stash and I wanted a green to go with the green. I was determined to go with the green of the wires of the lights. So I made top folding A2 note cards from that cardstock, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I popped my backgrounds onto it with Simon's Big Mama foam tape to give them a little bit of dimension. And then adhered my Merry and Bright sentiment. And then the little sub-sentiment I'm going to adhere with just little thin strips of the same Big Mama foam tape I'd stuck on the back of it. And had to fiddle with my sentiment a bit because I don't think I adhered it straight. So got that into place. And then my final embellishment were some Positively Saturated gems. And I went with the colors of the lights. So I pulled out the cool tones and the warm tones pack, because between the two of them, I had a red, a yellow, an orange, a green, and a blue. So put one of each in different sizes onto these cards, picked it up with my embellishment wand, and just adhered it into place with little dabs of Craft Tacky glue. And then once that was adhered, my lighting went completely wonky, but it's when the light reflects off of anything metallic, etc., it turns my camera, it just goes bizarre. But anyway, those were the finished cards. And they're shiny and splattery, and they have Christmas lights, and they make me happy. So, like I mentioned, links to all the things will be in the description box below the video. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping and commenting. It helps a ton, and I very much appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!